together, we can make our way across. Oh, hey writers, didn't see you there. I'm just finishing up this book, Drawn Together. I picked up some really awesome books. I have this book, also a few others over here, but actually I noticed something about all of these books. They're all books that the characters telling a story about something that happened to them. So for example, in this story, this character, he's telling us about a time when he went to go visit grandpa and how they didn't have anything to do together because they couldn't speak the same language. But then in the story, we find out that he figures out one thing that they can do together. And I also noticed that in this story, Lakshmi, she's talking about her mooch, which is a word for mustache, and how she was being made fun of for her mooch. But then at the end, she realized how beautiful it actually is and how it makes her unique. And then also in this story, it talks about this little girl who got a lemon tree from her grandma and how she did not want that, but then she made it work. And last but not least, this book, Teddy's favorite toy. Oh my goodness, it's about Teddy. He loves this toy, Brenda the Warrior, and then he lost it. And in the story, we find out how his mom helps him find it and how awesome of a hero she is. So friends, all of these stories are stories about a character, and it's true stories that happen to them. Well, guess what? You're actually going to be writing something new this week. We're starting a genre that you've done before, but we're revisiting it. We're going to work on personal narrative. Can everyone say that? Personal narrative. And a personal narrative is a true story that happens to you. It's a true story about me. That's me, but for you, it's about you. So remember, the story has to be true. That's a really important part. It can't just be a made up story. Like I can't say, oh, one day I flew on a unicorn over marshmallow clouds. Wait a minute. Is that true? No, that's not true. So if you are writing a personal narrative, it has to be something that's true, not made up, and it's about you. It happened to you. So that's what we're going to do today. So I want you to start thinking. What is a true story that happened to you? Something that happened in your life. Maybe it's about the soccer game that you just won. Maybe it's about when you went bike riding. Maybe it's about when you gardened with your mom or dad or grown up. Maybe it's about when you got to go swimming for your birthday. So think. A true story that happened to you. Thumbs up when you have some ideas. Oh, I see some thumbs up. Well, let's make a list because we're going to make a list of topic ideas. So here we go. Personal narrative. And I'm going to write topic ideas. And you can write this on your paper. Now, under my topic ideas, I'm going to think of a few personal narrative topics that I can write about. So a few true stories that happened to me. And remember, you want to choose stories that are interesting so that you can turn it into a book. You don't want it to be something boring. Like I'm not going to write a book about the time when I went to sleep. No one wants to read about when I went to sleep. That sounds pretty boring, right? We want to choose an interesting topic. So let me think. Oh, I know. Last weekend, I went on a 25-mile bike ride with my friends, and I almost ran into a car. I know, interesting story, right? So let me add that. I'm gonna write that. 25-mile bike ride. And I almost crashed into a car. That's pretty interesting, right? That's one story. Here's Miss Pham. Miss Pham really needs to work on drawing bicycles. I'm not good at it, but that's okay. I'm gonna try my best. All right, here we go. 25-mile bike ride. What else is another true story that happened to me? Well, actually last night I had a lot of fun, but my cousins came over and we did a little hot pot night outside in the backyard. I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna write hot pot night with cousins. Hot pot night with cousins. So we ate dinner together, cooked a bunch of delicious vegetables. It was yummy. Here are my cousins. And I haven't seen my cousins in a while, but because everyone got vaccinated, we were all able to see each other and then eat outside. So hot pot night with my cousins, okay? I got 25-mile bike ride, hot pot night with my cousins. Maybe I'll think of a few more true stories that happened to me. Remember, it has to be true. It has to be about you. Let me think. What else? So 25-mile bike ride, hot pot night with cousins. Oh, I know. You want to know something that happened to me? It's not necessarily a happy story, but it was kind of a scary story. But my dog Poops, he actually ran out of the house and I had to chase him into the streets. So he got loose. I'm going to add that to the list because that's a true story that happened to me. I'm going to write that. Poops, that's my dog, was on the loose. Here's Poops. And he ran outside on the streets. I was so worried. Here's the house. All right, so I got 25-mile bike ride, hot pot night with cousins, Poops was on the loose. And maybe I'll think of one more true story that happened to me. Let me think. I know, my cousin Pumpkin, she got married recently and she did that on Zoom. So I'm gonna put that to my list, a Zoom wedding. Let me add that. Pumpkins, that's my cousin. Pumpkins, Zoom wedding. There's the Zoom. Here's Pumpkin. And here's her husband, Chuck. And a heart. Okay, so far I have 4 topic ideas. Your list can have 4, it could have 5, it could have as many as you want. But today, writers, what you are going to do is you are going to brainstorm. What are you going to do? Brainstorm. You're going to brainstorm some personal narrative topics. So true stories about me, but in your case, about you. So think of some true things that happened to you. Maybe you want to write about the movie night that you had with your family. Maybe you want to write about when you fell and scraped your knees from playing outside. Maybe you want to write about when you went on a bug hunt and you found a bunch of ladybugs. Think of your stories. Think of things that happened to you and make a list of those topic ideas. Remember, try to choose interesting stories because we are going to turn them into awesome personal narrative books, just like these ones. Alrighty, my writers, I will see you soon. Happy brainstorming.